Now, since today till the next 10 days, I think, I am going to meditate. But I mean, before 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 going into that meditation, I mean by meditation, I mean self-inquiry. I call self-inquiry meditation because basically they are the same, yeah? When you do the inquiry, you rise to witness. Therefore, you radiate at a high frequency, vibrate at high frequency, and therefore you feel better, yeah? So now for 10 days I am going to do this self-inquiry every morning. Every morning, to start every morning at a high frequency. To start every day with high frequency energy. So you see, energy, everything is energy, yeah? In actually, when we are locked, when we are trapped in some situation, it is because we are trapped in some certain frequency. So when you are going to do from that level of energy, level of awareness again, you cannot dissolve that situation because your energy match the energy of situation, the condition. Therefore you cannot dissolve that situation, that condition. In order to dissolve the situation, you need to rise your vibration. Therefore, to be at a higher level of consciousness. In order to be at a higher level of consciousness, we do self-inquiry, and actually we solve every problem by rising the level of consciousness. When you rise your level of consciousness, you see your previous problems are like jokes. They are no more a problem nor a challenge, they are just funny. So an approach to solve your problem, whatever problem you have, is to rise your vibration or to rise your level of consciousness. So I am going to do the inquiry for 10 days. For 10 days every day, in order to rise that level of consciousness. Hello, hi. Now we start, I don't know if there are many, we start by self-inquiry. I have noticed when I inquire into I amness, when I inquire into I amness, into consciousness, I vibrate at a higher frequency. Therefore, my previous problems are looking funny. Sometimes I laugh at myself after inquiring into I amness. Because that I amness, that is, you are, no thought is over there. You are all that is, and therefore that isness has the potential of creation. So now, this is an introduction. This was an introduction. Now I am going to do the inquiry. So to summarize it again, if you want to, get rid of problems in the external world, I don't mean your actions and feelings and thoughts needs to be aligned in order to create. If your feelings are not aligned with your thought, with your action, of course we cannot create anything. We cannot solve the problems. You feel one way and you do another things. Of course it's not they are not compatible. But if you inquire, I don't mean inquiry, just like that's the way we go. I choose the self inquiry, and I choose inquiry into I amness because it make me radiate at a high frequency. Therefore, there are many other ways. For instance, if you sit in silence and you are able to remain, to reside in that silence, in the easiness, to not gone, not be gone by some thoughts, I mean conflicts in your mind, fighting, thought. When we are in some situations, thoughts, they are so subtle. Subtle thoughts come and you think you are thinking, therefore they control your behavior. So, and nowadays, more and we receive more and more thoughts because of technology, because of the environment we are living in. This is polluted. This is energetically polluted. The cities are energetically polluted. The neural link satellites, of course, they are radiating, low frequency energies at every given moment, but they can do nothing if we are able to reside in that easiness anyway. So in short, if you want to solve the problems, you can reside in that easiness, you can radiate at a higher frequency. That is the only choice we have. And to reside in that easiness, I'm going to inquire into I amness for 10 days beginning from today. Now let's go into it. Who is going to do the self inquiry? So even this is not, this is a illusion. Sometimes people think we want to just, to reject this idea and that idea. No, I'm not going to reject this idea and that idea, or I'm not going to say this approach is not good, that approach is better, this way is bad, that way is good. No, it's not about that at all. This is a superficial observation. You are asking for truth. You want that truth. So if something is an illusion, then this is an illusion. You need to drop it. That easy, yeah? And there is no better way. We are not comparing non-duality with duality. Every way is working well for some people. Who cares what way you choose? No, it's not. So I remember once Osho called this way the way of no way. so so it doesn't mean to devalue other ways. No, this is just a way. Yeah. Anyway, so who is going to do the self inquiry? And this is no way. Because if you want to make a way, a approach out of it, some thoughts, then this would block us because we want certain results. You have expectations. Previously I did that self-inquiry and it made me feel maybe good, it made me feel liberated. Therefore this time I'm going to do that self-inquiry in order to feel liberated. But if we fix some intention, then we are blocking ourselves. How we block ourselves? Because we impose some ideas on what is, and we have some expectations, but this is not like this. There is no idea, and you don't know how you would feel afterwards. You are, I mean, the mind is seeking pleasure at all times. Therefore, even when you feel that joy of freedom, of liberation, the mind is going to formulate it and it wants that pleasure again. When you are, then there is a joy, and that joy is registered in the mind as a pleasure. So the mind is going to repeat that activity again in order to feel that joy again. Yeah. So, so this become a way. Then this become a way. This is all that is. I mean, the problem with every way. So this become a way, and you are going to have that joy, that pleasure again. When your mind is focused on some thoughts, of course you are not liberated. You cannot have that pleasure. You can have no pleasure. You are not liberated. Yeah. So who is going to do the inquiry? Why? I. What is this I? What is the I? Look into that sense of I. You say there is the I. Who is feeling good? Feeling bad? To whom the thoughts are coming? As we ask the questions, somebody said something. Hello, hi. Hello, everybody. So, let me explain a little. When we ask the question, who is talking? Who is talking? Then you rise to witness because you want to see who is talking. When you rise to witness, you are vibrating at a higher frequency. Therefore, you are not identified with that thought. You are identified with, maybe you identify yourself with that witness. I mean, the thing that is seeing, the eye. No, what is this eye itself? We need to look. What is the eye? What is this eye? Who get distracted? Who is gone by thoughts? I. What is the I? What is the I? Look into I. What is this I? The sense of I. Who is feeling the feeling? Who is there? You see, just thoughts are coming. When thoughts are coming, the feelings are produced. To whom the thoughts are coming? Who takes thoughts serious? I. Who am I? I. Who is there? To whom the thoughts are coming? To me. Who is making effort? I. What is the I? I am. What is the I am? To whom thoughts are coming? To me. They are welcome. Who is manipulated by thoughts? I. What is the I? I am. Ooh. Who takes that seriously? I. What is that I? What is the I? I am. Who am I? Who am I? Thoughts when we receive some thoughts. Hello, hi. When we receive some thoughts, so this is a mechanism. When we receive the thoughts, then we feel in certain way, then that very feelings, that emotions make us to react, make us react. It means we take it seriously. So we fall for the trap. But when you do that inquiry, you see that. Ooh. And it is funny. But the question is that who is there? Who am I? Who is going to not react? I. Ooh. Who am I? I. Are negative thoughts bad and positive thoughts good? You see, who is not going to react to positive thoughts? We react, but we believe it, we feel the pleasure, dopamine release. We are manipulated by positive thoughts too. Who is manipulated by thoughts? But because the dopamine release happens over there, a pleasure, then we say, oh, it's good. But when the thoughts are negative, we react. I don't know if there is a anti-dopamine. We react to it. It's negative. You feel bad. So we call that reaction just. Ooh. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I. I am. What is the I am? What is the I am? What is that I amness? I am. What is that I am? Who knows that I am? No knowing. So, if there is no knowing, then how do you know you are? Ooh. Who have the fear? Oh, I. What is that I? What is the fear? The fear is a byproduct of the I, yeah? Because you think you are, that I know is separated, is have its concern, its fear. Who knows this? I. Who am I? Who am I? No fucking I. Ooh. So, who am I? I am. Are you there really? What is that I amness? Who knows that? I. Who wants to ignore the I? Ooh. Oh, wow. So this is a prejudice. You suppose there is no I. Is there a I? I can. I do not see any I. Just thoughts. So you call that no I? Ooh. Who am I? I am. Oh gosh. I am. What is the I amness? Who knows that I am? I. How a wave block you. How a fixed wave block you. Fixed idea block me. Block whom? A wave blocking whom? Blocking me. Who are you? I am. What does a thought do? A way is a thought, yeah? What does a thought do? A fixed thought. Every thought, is two-sided. There is the opposite of thought. Therefore, you are in conflict, baby, all the time. It produces the fear. There is some value over there, yeah. So the energy get lost in that way. I see. Ooh. I am. What is that I am? Who knows that I am? Nobody is there. No, I am there. But I am. Ooh. Ooh. You formulate that. The mind is labeling it. There is no I am, nothing is it. But it is something. What is that something? That is me. That is what it sees. I am. is that I am. I amness. I am. Who knows that? Okay, thank you very much.